A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant turn of events, the Pentagon has announced the halting of certain shipments of air defense missiles and precision munitions to Ukraine due to concerns over dwindling U.S. stockpiles. This decision, made public on Tuesday, has raised alarms among Ukrainian officials and military analysts alike, who warn that the repercussions could be dire. Emmanuel Chase, a correspondent based in Kyiv, emphasized the gravity of the situation, stating, "This is going to have life and death consequences in terms of how many people will die in Russian strikes." As Ukraine braces for increased Russian military actions, the country is pivoting towards its allies for support, with plans for joint weapons production already in motion. The ongoing war, which began nearly 3.5 years ago, has seen Russia intensifying its efforts to capture more Ukrainian territory. This renewed aggression has placed immense pressure on Ukraine's already strained defenses, with Russian missiles and drones relentlessly targeting cities across the nation. In light of these developments, U.S.-led diplomatic efforts aimed at achieving a peace settlement have stalled, leading to increased reliance on European nations to exert pressure on Russia. In a notable diplomatic exchange, French President Emmanuel Macron and Russian President Vladimir Putin held their first direct conversation in nearly 3 years. The 2-hour call focused on France's unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, with Macron advocating for an immediate ceasefire. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed urgency in preparing for upcoming discussions with European Union countries and other allies regarding cooperation in weapons manufacturing. Zelensky highlighted that a key focus of these discussions would be joint investments and collaborative projects in weapons production. Defense Minister Rustem Umerov revealed that draft legislation aimed at establishing joint weapons production initiatives with international partners is set to be presented to the Ukrainian parliament later this month. This proposed framework seeks to create a conducive legal and tax environment for Ukrainian defense manufacturers to modernize and expand their production capabilities, including the construction of new facilities both domestically and abroad. During a recent visit to Kyiv, German Foreign Minister Johann Wadephul emphasized Germany's commitment to assisting Ukraine in ramping up its weapons manufacturing capabilities. Accompanied by representatives from the German defense industry, Wadephul's visit underscores the growing collaboration between Ukraine and its European allies in the face of U.S. hesitance. The Pentagon's decision to halt certain arms deliveries to Ukraine has been attributed to concerns regarding the depletion of U.S. stockpiles. Although specific details regarding the withheld munitions have not been disclosed, it is known that these were long-term commitments made under the Biden administration. In response to this development, Ukraine's foreign ministry summoned U.S. Chargé d'Affaires, John Hinkle, to discuss the implications for ongoing defense cooperation. Deputy Foreign Minister Mariana Betsa expressed gratitude for U.S. support, but stressed the critical need to maintain previously allocated defense packages, particularly those that bolster Ukraine's air defense capabilities. In a statement reflecting the Kremlin's perspective, spokesman Dmitry Peskov suggested that the Pentagon's decision could facilitate a resolution to the conflict, asserting that a reduction in weapons supplied to Ukraine would bring the war's conclusion closer. Since the onset of Russia's full-scale invasion on February 24, 2022, the United States has been Ukraine's primary military supporter. However, under the Trump administration, there have been no recent announcements of new military or weapons aid. Data from Germany's Kiel Institute indicates that between March and April, the U.S. allocated no new aid to Ukraine, marking a significant shift in support dynamics. For the first time since June 2022, European countries have surpassed the U.S. in total military aid, contributing 72 billion euros, approximately $85 billion, compared to the U.S.'s 65 billion euros, around $77 billion. The implications of Washington's latest decision could significantly impact Ukraine's battlefield capabilities, potentially stripping the nation of some of its most formidable weaponry. While analysts contend that European allies may be able to fill certain gaps and provide artillery systems, they lack alternatives to U.S.-made HIMARS missiles and crucial air defense systems like the Patriots, which are essential for defending Ukrainian cities against Russian aerial assaults. As the situation unfolds, The urgency for Ukraine to secure its defense capabilities remains paramount, with officials working diligently to establish new partnerships and enhance domestic production in a bid to withstand the ongoing Russian onslaught. The coming weeks will be critical as Ukraine navigates these challenges and seeks to bolster its military readiness in the face of an increasingly aggressive adversary. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.